in order to obtain the pressure, okay, which is gauge pressure. How to obtain the gauge pressure, which is pressure. How to obtain the gauge pressure? P gauge equal to P absolute
minus V ATM.
Minus with P absolute minus with P ATM. Okay, so that is how to measure the absolute. How to measure the apa nama ni? How to measure the gauge pressure. Okay, and then another one which is pressure below than atmospheric pressure, which is known as vacuum pressure. Okay, so how to measure the vacuum pressure? P vacuum equal to P apa? P ATM tolak. Saya ingat P vacuum equal to P vacuum equal to P apa?
P ATM minus P absolute.
P ATM minus with P absolute. Okay, so that is how to measure the gauge pressure and vacuum pressure. Okay, normally when we are analyzing any problem, any question, when P is given, definitely P is actually the absolute pressure, P absolute. Otherwise, it is mentioned gauge pressure ataupun atmospheric pressure. Okay, so at the end, and then there is pressure, and then how to measure the pressure based on YouTube manometer. Okay, so what is YouTube manometer? Okay, so YouTube manometer fill in with different type ataupun different density of fluid, such as any liquid, of course liquid, mercury, it can be oil. Okay, in the YouTube manometer, so that we can read the pressure difference between 2 point, 0.1 and 0.2 that connected with the YouTube manometer, and then we can read the difference of height based on the reading of YouTube manometer. Okay, so before we proceed to the part 2, chapter 2, topic 2, part 2, let's do some another example for YouTube manometer. Sekarang dah nampak saya punya ni screen?
Nampak sir.
Nampak je.
Okay, very good. Kenapa dia tak ni? Apa dia jadi macam tu? Tiba-tiba. Oh, semua jadi macam tu ah. Sekejap. Oh, banyak. Okay, sorry. Yang ni dah buat? Kita dah buat last class? Semua dah buat?
Dah.
So semua dapat jawapan? Ada soalan? Semua dapat jawapan? Ada yang tak dapat? Semua dapat Oh, okay, very good. So sebenarnya dah ada dia punya solution ni. So this is how to differentiate, how to determine the pressure. Basically, the question asks you to determine the pressure kat mana? Dekat mana? Pressure, determine the air pressure at this one, point number 1. So P1 dekat dalam this tank. Okay, so what is the pressure 1? Okay, so we can start with P1. Okay, so yang ni saya start dengan P2. So you can start dengan P1 so that P1, okay, start with here, and then going downwards, okay, and then you have H1, okay, H1 here. So you can make it positive or negative, but it must be consistent. If you want to make it downwards as negative, so you have to be consistent all the time. Okay, so upwards is positive. Okay, so negative rho apa ni, water G H1. Okay, so up to here, and then through this point you find this another fluid which is oil. Okay, so same time here you will get same pressure here because at the same level. Okay, so up to here, and then you will find another different of H, which is H2. Okay, so H2 also downwards. Okay, so downwards will be negative rho oil GH2. Okay, so up to this point, then YouTube same level. Okay, same level, so you will have same pressure. And then you have H3, which is going upwards, which is positive. Rho apa ni, mercury GH3, and then no more point, no more different of H, so it is P2. Okay, so just determine P1. Okay, so that is how to use manometer in this how to determine the pressure based on manometer reading. Okay, so the answer is 130 kilopascal. Okay, ada soalan? So this is a part of pressure measuring device, so you can read. I never see the C-type, saya tak pernah jumpa ni C-type spiral ni dengan twisted tube untuk measure the pressure. Okay, so that is conclude chapter 2 part 1. Any question before we move to chapter 2 part 2? Boleh?
Boleh je.
Okay, so for chapter 2 part 2, for this part, basically it is still fluid static, but now we are required to determine the required what is the resultant force and and then where is the resultant force acting on the plane surface. Okay, so for this chapter there are two fluid static on plane surface. There are two parts that you need to determine. The first one is it can be total pressure, sama je maksud dia ni, total pressure atau resultant force. Okay, ataupun unit dia apa, resultant force FR. Okay, force unit dia apa, Newton. Okay, and then number 2, we need to find where is the location of this resultant force. Okay, kat mana location untuk resultant force. So this location is known as center of pressure. Okay, untuk chapter ni, untuk part 2, dua ni je yang you kena cari, total pressure ataupun resultant force, which is Newton, and then center of pressure. Okay, apa lagi untuk this one is for part 2A for plane surface, and then ada lagi part 2B which is for bukan plane surface, which is for curved surface. Okay, so same method to find total pressure and also center of pressure. Okay, so why we need to determine this total pressure? Okay, so why we need to determine the center of pressure? Okay, so you can imagine a dam. Okay, empangan. Okay, so you can imagine this dam. Okay, so dam kat mana ni, harbor dam. Mana saya tak pasti kat mana ni. Hoover Dam, this is the dam, okay, and then it's water covered by hill, and then we need to determine, we need to know, of course, as we learn in part 1, the pressure is increased with depth. Okay, maknanya lagi dalam air ni lagi kuat dia punya tekanan, which is pressure. So we need to find all the forces, okay, all the forces acting around the wall, okay, because based on these forces we can determine the thickness, okay, we can determine the required thickness for the wall ataupun for this dam, okay. And then of course when we determine the required force, we also need to find where is the center of pressure for that resultant force. Okay, so kat mana resultant force tu apa nama dia act on that wall. Okay, so kalau kita tengok kat sini, kita zoom dia punya kalau kita tengok daripada pandangan atas, okay, so kita tengok daripada sini, kita akan nampak this curve. Okay, kita akan nampak this curve wall. Okay, so ni daripada pandangan atas. Kalau kita tengok daripada pandangan tepi, kita akan nampak ni je lah, lebih kurang. Okay, so kalau kita tengok daripada pandangan atas, we need to define the forces. Okay, kita tahu, we know that pressure is equal at the same level. Maknanya dekat mana-mana surface pun, kalau as long as the level is equal, pressure dia sentiasa sama. Tak kira lah, you nak kira pressure kat sini, you nak kira pressure kat sini, you nak kira pressure dekat sini. Okay, so yang tu kita belajar part 1, which is resultant force ataupun pressure, bukan force, pressure is equal at the same level. Walaupun dia punya direction dia ke sini and dekat sini. Okay, so yang tu kita belajar sebelum ni untuk part 1. And then now for this dam, they will for example let's say this is the gate. Okay, so this is the water gate that you can see here. This is the water gate. Okay, so we need to find the forces, okay, so that we can hold the gate always closed. Okay, so kita kena tahu lah berapa dia punya tekanan ataupun berapa dia punya force, so that kita boleh lawan, maknanya force dekat sini sama dengan force dekat dalam. Okay, so we need to find this force, okay, the resultant force, so that we can identify or we can calculate the required force to hold the gate closed, ataupun in order to open the gate, the required force must be higher than resultant force, barulah dia akan terbuka. Okay, so that is the intention of identifying the hydrostatic force on submerged plane surface. Okay, so ada soalan setakat ni? Boleh?
Boleh.
Okay, ini kita tengok daripada pandangan mana, depan depan kita nampak macam ni lah gate, dia punya gate. Kalau kita tengok daripada pandangan sisi, okay, kita tengok daripada pandangan sisi, kita akan dapat lebih kurang macam ni, and then there will be a resultant force which is Fr. Okay, and then this resultant force acting on one point which is known as center of pressure, which is YR. Okay, so dua ni kita nak, Fr dengan YR. Okay, and then for this gate there will be centroid which is at the center of the gate. So yang ni kita namakan centroid C, which is centroid. Okay, so by definition we know that pressure equal to apa? Force over
Unit area.
area. Okay, so maknanya nak cari force, it is pressure kali dengan area. So this is the fundamental equation that will be used to find the resultant force. Okay, what is the area? Area ni lah dia punya B kali dengan A ataupun lebar kali dengan tinggi. Okay, so that is the area. Okay, so how to define the pressure? Pressure yang kita cari sebelum ni rho G H and then kali dengan A, which is the area. And then what is the pressure? Pressure kita tahu lambda H kali dengan A. Lambda ni specific weight ataupun rho G H kali dengan A. Okay, and then rho constant, G constant, A is variable which is need to be determined, and then H, what H need to be used in order to find the resultant force. Okay, so this will be derived in the next slide. Okay, how to find this H? Our problem statement is now how to find this H which H can be used in order to find the resultant force. H yang mana satu? H dekat C ke? H dekat center of pressure. Okay, so that is our topic for this today's lecture. Okay, and then when analyzing hydrostatic forces on submerged surfaces, the atmospheric pressure can be subtracted for simplicity when it acts on both sides of the structure. Okay, so as you can see, when atmospheric pressure is considered, because at the surface, at the free surface, there will be atmospheric pressure, but atmospheric pressure also equal to the atmospheric pressure in the outer side of the wall. Kat sini sini pun PATM, kat sini pun PATM. So it can be subtracted. Dia boleh tolak. So kita akan dapat macam ni lah pressure prism dia. Okay. So you can see pressure equal to 0 kat sini. Kalau dia consider not consider atmospheric pressure, so pressure PATM tolak PATM equal to 0. So this is 0, and then pressure keep increasing as the H is increased. So that's why you obtain this kind of pressure profile. Okay. Kenapa baru masuk ni? Siapa baru masuk ni? Kenapa baru masuk? Tak ada internet? Hello? Okay, tak apa. Kita nak jawab. Okay, so this is how the pressure prism looks like. Okay, so this represent the magnitude of pressure. Okay, lagi tinggi pressure, so you can see the increase of this magnitude of this triangle ataupun pressure prisma. Okay, so this is how this is why we need to learn the hydrostatic force. Okay, so hydrostatic force. Hydro mean that it is related to water lah, liquid. Any liquid, so it is hydrostatic. Kalau it is related to gas, it was aerostatic. Okay, so page for this, of course, before we analyzing any problem, we need to come out with assumption. Okay, so the first assumption is no velocity gradient. Why no velocity gradient? Number one,
Water is static.
yeah, because it is static. The fluid ataupun the water is static, so no velocity gradient. Okay. Number two, the shear ataupun tangential stress is 0. Sebab apa? Sebab static lah. Tau equal to 0. And then only normal stress, which is pressure. And then number 4, gravity is significant. So we need to consider the gravity and weight of fluid particle. Okay, so before we proceed to the to this apa nama ni derivation, okay, before we proceed to the derivation, I would like to give you some example on this particular topic, okay. So can you imagine, okay, boleh imagine kita kereta, okay, kereta kalau di accident and then jatuh dalam sungai, jatuh dalam laut, okay. So how to open the door? To save your life, okay, nak selamatkan diri, how to open the door? Okay, macam mana nak buka pintu kereta?
Pecahkan tingkap.
Macam mana?
Pecahkan tingkap.
Okay, salah satunya pecahkan tingkap. Tapi pecahkan tingkap tu tak mudah sebab apa? Kita tahu semakin dalam air, pressure semakin tinggi. Okay, so maknanya resultant force yang kita belajar ni dekat luar tu, kalau you dekat tingkap tu, resultant force dia sangat kuat. Okay, so you nak buka tu nak tendang ataupun nak pecahkan tu always impossible. So macam mana nak buat? Salah satu tu pecahkanlah. Nombor dua, kita kena sama, susah, kita kena allow water. The idea is we need to allow the water enter the car. Okay, maknanya kita kena benarkan air tu, kita tunggu air tu masuk dalam kereta, okay, sampai penuh, barulah kita boleh buka pintu macam biasa. Kenapa?
Pressure sama.
Pressure dia?
Pressure sama tu.
Pressure dia dah apa dia? Sama. Maknanya macam ni lah. Maknanya pressure, yang ni, tapi contoh ni atmospheric kan. Kalau dalam air, maknanya pressure dia dah sama, gravity dia punya H dah sama, rho GH dia sama. So pressure dalam sama dengan pressure luar. So dia dah cancel out. Okay, dia dah tolak, and then kita boleh buka pintu macam biasa. Macam apa? Macam kita buka pintu dekat atas lah, dekat darat. Okay, so there is the idea untuk apa namanya, hydrostatic force. Okay, boleh?
Boleh.
Okay, so this is the definition. Saya dah bagi tadi definition. We want to find the total pressure and center of pressure. Okay. Okay, so now we want to come up with the equation. Okay, we want to come up with the equation for resultant force. Okay, dua kita nak ni. Satu resultant force which is FR. Number two kita nak YR which is center of pressure. Okay, so to find the resultant force and center of pressure, let's say this is your gate ataupun your plane surface. Okay, and then in order to integrate ataupun in order to find the forces acting on the, let's say we come up with this dA. Okay, dA, differential of area, and then we want to find the forces. Okay, sebab apa kita kena differentiate? Because we need to find which H, okay, which H can be used, will be used to in order to calculate the resultant force. Okay, the first one we have to find the differential of force. Okay, differential of force. So kat sini dia tahu kita cari differential of force. dF equal to apa? Force equal to apa tadi? Pressure kali dengan area. Ataupun pressure tu lambda lah kan, lambda which is specific weight, rho GH, betul? Rho GH kali dengan area, dA. dA ni area lah, differential of area. Okay, so this is equation number 1 that need to be determined, and then we need to find the resultant force. Okay, we need to find the resultant force. Okay, so macam mana cari F? Kita kena integrate lah. Integrate baru kita dapat force. Okay, so that the resultant force, in order to obtain the resultant force, we must integrate. Okay, so integrate kita akan dapat Fr, which is resultant force, integration of this one, lambda H with dA. Okay, so based on this figure, H equal to apa? Yang ni H. Because now it is an incline, dia ada angle. So H equal to apa ni? Y. This is H.
Y sin theta.
H equal to Y sin theta. So dia sama dengan lambda H equal to Y sin theta dA. Okay, so kita tahu apa lambda sin theta ni adalah constant. Okay, sebab lambda ni rho g dia constant. So kita akan dapat lambda sin theta area y dA. Okay, so integrate y dA dapat apa? Integrate y dA dapat apa? Y dA integrate dapat apa? Integrate dA dapat? Dapat?
A.
A lah. Okay. So but now this is what you need to know, because the integration of y dA, okay, the integration of y dA, y with respect to the area, okay, y ni, y, this y with respect to the area in the x with respect to the x axis, okay, so it is known as first moment of area ni. It is known as first moment of area. Okay, so saya rasa you all dah belajar ke belum dynamics? Static dah belajar first moment of area?
Ada.
Second moment, first moment? Belum
Ada sir.
Okay, so yang ni you akan belajar in detail dalam dynamic, which is first moment and then second moment of area that is come out with the initial ataupun I. Okay, so now kita integrate, kita akan dapat y, lambda sin theta, integrate y, kita akan dapat, now since this is first moment of area, this y must be y at the centroid. Okay, y, sekejap ada phone call masuk. Sekejap.
Mantap dah Umai.
Tak ingat pun.
Form by idola.
Okay, sorry, ada apa? Post laju. Kat mana ni? Okay, so kita integrate, kita akan dapat YA. Okay, but now because this is first moment of area, okay, first moment of area, Y is YC. Okay, okay. So now kita integrate, kita akan dapat YCA. Okay, so that the resultant force basically equal to lambda YC sin theta kali dengan area. Ni apa sebenarnya ni? Lambda YC sin theta ni apa? Yang ni apa sebenarnya?
Pressure.
Pressure. YC sin theta sama dengan apa? Sama dengan HC lah. Dia centroid dekat centroid ni. YC. YC sin theta sama dengan HC. Okay, so that resultant force basically equal to lambda is rho g HC kali dengan area. Okay, so this is how to obtain the resultant force. Okay, so as I mentioned in previous slide, we need to determine what is H, okay, which H can be used in order to determine the resultant force. Okay, so kita dah tahu resultant force is equal to rho g HC kali dengan A. Okay, so HC ni apa? H sampai dekat centroid. Centroid ni apa? Okay, centroid. This is centroid. Okay, so centroid, kalau let's say you punya gate is rectangular, centroid dia kat mana? Let's say this is A, this is B. Centroid dia kat mana? Center of gravity, centroid.
Tengah-tengah.
Tengah-tengah which is B per 2. This is B per 2. Okay. So maknanya kalau this is fully submerged in water, okay. So let's say this is fully submerged in water. Okay, so this is your water level. Okay. So HC ni sama dengan apa? Kalau untuk this case, HC sama dengan, let's say this is L. HC sama dengan
L plus B over 2.
L tambah B over 2. Okay, so inilah dia punya HC daripada surface of water ataupun surface of liquid sampailah ke centroid. Okay, so this is HC. Boleh? Faham? Ada soalan? Ada soalan? Nanti kita tengok untuk kalau dia segitiga. Okay. Nanti kita tengok kalau dia segitiga macam mana. Kalau dia apa nama ni? Ni. Apa nama ni?
Semicircle.
Semicircle. Macam mana dia punya centroid. How to find the centroid C. Okay, boleh? Faham?
Boleh sir.
Okay, very good. Okay, so sekarang ni kita dapat apa yang kita nak tadi, FR. So kita tahu dah FR equal to rho G HC kali dengan area. Okay, check. Now number 2, we want to find the YR. Okay, so force yang kita cari ni dia tak acting on the centroid. Okay, dia tak directly exerted to the centroid. Dia akan ada satu lagi point that we need to determine, which is known as center of pressure. Okay, ni center of pressure. So how to determine the center of pressure YR? We can use the moment of inertia. Okay, kita guna resultant the moment of the resultant force. Moment equal to apa? moment unit equation dia apa? Force kali dengan
Distance.
Force kali dengan
distance.
Force kali distance ataupun force kali dengan R, apalah, force kali dengan distance. Okay. So now we want to find the resultant force. We want to find the center of pressure. Okay. So based on the moment of the resultant force from O. Okay. So kita ada FR. FR ni kita dah ada FR, kita kena kali dengan dia punya YR. This YR. Okay, so this is YR. So now kita tahu the summation of forces, okay, summation of forces, moment equal to FR equal to FR kali dengan YR. Okay, FR kali dengan YR sama dengan summation of moment, which is integration of moment with respect to the area kali Y kali dengan dF. Okay. So kita tahu dF ni apa? dF tadi mana ni? Ni. dF equal to lambda H dA ataupun dF equal to lambda integration over A lambda sin theta Y squared kali dengan dA. Okay, so this is how to find the resultant, how to find the YR. So kita rearrange, kita dapat YR equal to, ni kita boleh buat ke sini, lambda sin theta integration of A Y squared over dA bahagi dengan FR. FR sama dengan apa tadi? FR sama dengan apa tadi? Rho apa?
Rho G.
Lambda Y sin YC sin theta kan? YC sin theta kali dengan A ni. FR. So kita boleh cancel out sin theta, cancel out lambda. So kita dapat apa? Kita akan dapat integration of A Y squared dA bahagi dengan YC over area. Okay. Okay. Now, how to what is integration of Y squared dA? Okay. So Y squared dA, this is Y squared dA. It is known as second moment of the area. This is second moment of the area. Ataupun nama dia yang lagi senang kita ingat adalah moment of inertia. Moment of inertia IXX. Okay, so this is moment of inertia. So integration of Y squared over dA, basically kita akan dapat moment of inertia. It is equal to IXX bahagi dengan YC over A. Okay, so this is how to determine the result, the center of pressure for resultant force. YR equal to moment of inertia bahagi dengan YC. YC ni apa? Distance sampai ke centroid, and then A is the area. Okay, so now IXX is moment of inertia. So how to determine the moment of inertia? IXX equal to IXC tambah Y square at C, at the centroid. Okay, so kita masukkan dalam ni, masukkan balik dalam ni. So kita akan dapat YR equal to IXC ni, IXXC bahagi dengan YC over A tambah dengan YC. Okay, so this is the center of pressure. Okay, so this is what we call center of pressure ataupun center of kat mana dia punya kita punya resultant force akan exert on the wall. Okay, faham? So maknanya YR ni kalau base kepada this equation, okay. So kalau base pada this equation, kalau tadi kita punya plane ataupun rectangular plane tadi, kita ada kat sini, let's say this is the centroid, okay. So this is YC. Kita tahu YR equal to IXXC over YC over A plus YC. Maknanya apa daripada equation ni kita dapat? What we can conclude from this equation, YR lebih ataupun less than YC. YR lebih ataupun sama dengan YC? Hello, hello. YR dia akan lebih lah sebab dia YC kan. YC tambah lagi this value. Okay, so maknanya resultant force dia akan acting higher ataupun more than the center of pressure. Centroid ataupun center of gravity. So maknanya YR ni akan ada dekat somewhere here. Okay, so this is how to find the YR. And then saya tahu you all tertanya-tanya macam mana nak cari IXX ataupun moment of inertia dekat centroid. Okay, so IXX it is a common value. Kita ada common value untuk IXX. Okay, so this is the common equation for IXX. Ni, kalau rectangle, okay, so dia punya IXX equal to apa ni? Oh, dia tak terang okay. IXX equal to apa tu? AB power of 3 bahagi dengan 12. Faham? So kira je lah. A tu apa? A ni base, B ni dia punya tinggi. Okay, so kita akan dapatlah dia punya moment of inertia for this rectangular. Okay, and then for the circle, full circle, macam mana dia punya ni? Equal to pi r power of 4 bahagi dengan 4. Okay, kalau dengan ellipse macam mana? IXX pi AB power of 3 bahagi dengan 4. Kalau segitiga, triangle, IXXC AB kuasa 3 bahagi dengan 36. Kalau semicircle 0.10977 R kuasa 4. Kalau semi ellipse 0.109 kali AB kuasa 3. Okay, so you tak payah calculate ataupun you tak payah ingat ataupun hafal sebab benda ni memang given. Kalau dalam exam pun kita bagi dia punya table for moment of inertia. So maknanya apa kat sini? Maknanya in order to find the resultant center of pressure, YR equal to apa tadi? IXXC bahagi dengan apa? Saya tengok lah. Bahagi dengan YCA tambah dengan YC. Okay, so IXX ni apa? Kalau contoh yang kita buat tadi rectangular, tak, dia punya IXX dekat C sama dengan AB power of 3 bahagi dengan 12. A tu apa? A tu ni, B dia punya tinggi, base. Dia punya height which is B. Okay, boleh? Ada soalan? Kalau tengok slide ni dia panjang dia punya derivation tapi sama je apa yang saya tunjuk. Saya dah simplify. Boleh? So sekarang ni kita dah ada objektif kita nak cari resultant force and also kita nak cari center of pressure. Center of pressure kita tahu equal to moment of inertia at centroid bahagi dengan YC kali dengan area tambah dengan YC. So check. So that is end of part 2. Yang ni je kita punya objektif, nak cari apa nama ni, cari apa ni, cari resultant force, ataupun total pressure. Nama dia sama, total pressure, resultant force, total force. Dia nak force lah tu. And then dah cari force, kita kena cari dia punya location, which is center of pressure. Boleh? Ada soalan? Ada soalan? Ya.
Formula ni dia bagi nanti time.
Formula mana?
example.
IXX ni dia bagi. Yang ni tak bagi. Yang ni kena ingat lah. YR dengan FR tu dia tak bagi.
Okay.
So ni kita tengok center of pressure kat sini. This is centroid. So the resultant force acting on a plane surface is equal to the product of the pressure at the centroid of the surface and the surface area, and this line of action passes through the center of pressure. Okay, so yang ni sebenarnya definition based on the equation kita tadi ya, YR tadi. Ada soalan? Sama. Okay, kalau tak ada soalan, from this point onward, in this subtopic for simplification purpose, we are going to assume that atmospheric pressure acts on both sides of the plate. Okay, so maknanya we are not considering the atmospheric pressure on that particular plate ataupun plane. PATM has been subtracted in our analysis. Okay, so maknanya kita kira P equal to rho GH. Ada P equal to PATM tambah rho GH. Boleh?
Okay,
Ada soalan? Okay, so this is one. Oh, ni summary yang saya dah summarize tadi kan? Yang ni. So yang ni pun saya dah summarize macam mana kita nak cari kalau length B dengan A, B dengan A tadi. A tu dia punya width, yang dalam tu B dia punya tinggi. So dapatlah equation tu. Yang ni kalau vertical lagi senang lah. YP sama dengan H, YR sama dengan HR. Okay, so lagi senang, YC sama dengan HC. Yang ni kalau plane tu horizontal. Kalau horizontal macam mana? Horizontal ni maknanya kalau nak cari resultant force sama dengan dia punya weight of fluid yang covered dekat kita punya plate. So FR equal to rho GHC kali dengan A, which is the area, which is sama dengan weight of fluid above the plate. Maknanya apa ni weight of fluid? Weight of fluid ni apa? Berat kan?
Yeah.
So sama dengan weight, which is rho GHC kali dengan A ni sama dengan, sebab memang weight pun sebab dia Newton. Okay, so HC kali A, HC kali A ni apa sebenarnya? Maksud dia ni, maksud kalau kita nak tengok dekat sini saja je ni, kita nak define dia punya equation ni sebab rho GH A kali dengan B, yang ni adalah volume. Okay, volume of fluid above the plate ni lah. This is the volume of fluid above the plate. Okay, so maknanya rho G kali volume. Rho kali dengan volume sama dengan mass. Okay, so sama dengan M kali dengan G, which is weight of the fluid. Okay, boleh? Boleh?
Boleh.
Okay, so kita rehat, kita relax sekejap, bukan relax, you all boleh buat ni. Pukul 11, 7 minit sekarang sampai pukul 11.30 baru kita discuss, boleh? Boleh?
Boleh.
Relax sambil buat ni lah. So yang ni dia nak cari determine the hydrostatic force and then the location of center of pressure. Hydrostatic force ni apa? F apa? FR resultant force. Sama je jawab soalan dia punya ni. Hydrostatic force, resultant force, total pressure, so semua sama FR. Okay, so kita discuss pukul 11.30 je. Okay. Dah siap? Dah siap? Okay. Hello. Semua puasa ni, tak nak jawab. Dah? Boleh buat tak? Ada soalan?
Dapat nombor 1 je sir.
Nombor 1 je aja. Okay, so kita tengok A heavy car plunged into a lake during an accident, land at the bottom of the lake on its wheel. Okay, so the door is 1.2 meter high and 1.2 meter wide. 1.2 meter height and 1 meter wide. Ni penting This is important variable parameter. Sebab salah define the height and the wide will affect the calculation of moment of inertia, IXX. Betul? Betul. Okay. So and the top of the edge is 8 meter below the free surface of the water. Determine the hydrostatic forces. Hydrostatic force ni apa? FR ataupun resultant force ataupun total pressure sama on the door and the location of the pressure center ataupun center of pressure and discuss if the driver can open the door. Okay, so kita dah come up with the problem, and then okay, kita first step apa? Kita list down all the given parameter. Okay, so kita sketch 1.2 meter height, maknanya window tu lebih kurang macam ni. Dia assume this is rectangular window dengan door. It is 1.2 meter high and then 1 meter wide. Setuju? Betul?
Setuju.
Okay, so dia punya distance from top edge to the water level is 8 meter. Okay, so yang ni apa nama ni, to the free surface 8 meter. Okay, so yang tu schematic diagram. Maknanya kita lukis schematic diagram, kita come out. Kalau kita tengok daripada pandangan sisi, kita akan dapat FR, this is C, and then this is Y, YR. So yang kita nak cari ni apa? FR dengan YR. Okay, so kita start dengan assumption. Okay, yang ni semua dah ada, dia bagi. Satu yang dia tak bagi assumption adalah du dy equal to 0. Tau equal to 0. The only pressure is P, which is force over area, and G gravitational effect is considered. Okay, so this is not additional assumption that need to be listed down, okay, in your analysis. Okay, so find, dia punya soalan dia apa? Apa yang kita nak? Apa yang dia nak? Find
FR.
FR equal to apa? Rho
Rho GH.
C ni
C.
sebut AC kali dengan
A.
area. Satu lagi dia nak Y ni apa? I XX C bahagi dengan
YCA
YC A tambah
plus YC.
apa?
YC.
Y.
YC.
Okay. So kita boleh buatlah solution. First kita cari area dulu. Area dia apa? Area untuk pintu
1.2.
1.2 kali meter kali dengan 1 meter, which is 1.2 meter square. Okay. Okay, so kita dari A dah ada, kita kena cari rho dengan G constant, rho 1000, G 981, H C. Macam mana cari H C?
Tambah dengan centroid.
Berapa tambah berapa?
8 plus 1.2 over 2.
Plus 1 point apa?
1.2 over 2.
Over 2. Very good. Sama dengan 8.6 meter. Sampai sini semua faham?
Faham.
So maknanya kita boleh dapat FR kan? FR equal to rho G 1000 kilogram per meter cube kali dengan 9.81 meter per second square. Apa lagi? H 8.6 meter. Apa lagi? A 1.2 meter square. Okay, berapa dapat?
One oh one 239.
Huh?
101,239.2.
239 ataupun kilo kan? Kilo Newton. Okay. Ada dapat lain? 101.239 kilo Newton. Ada dapat selain daripada jawapan ni? Ha?
No.
Ada? Okay. So based on the resultant force for car at 8 meter, more or less 8 meter depth. So the resultant force is 101.239 kilo Newton. Okay. So now based on this resultant force, kita boleh buka tak pintu ni? Dengan keupayaan manusia tanpa sebarang mesin, kita boleh buka tak 101.239 kilo Newton pintu?
Tak boleh.
Boleh,
Tidak boleh.
Sebab apa? Sebab kita boleh imagine kalau kita boleh angkat berat pun, kita boleh angkat kecuali yang betul-betul bodybuilder lah. Kita boleh angkat 20 kilo, 30 kilo tu boleh lagi. 30 kilo kali dengan 9.81 baru lebih kurang 300 Newton. Okay. So 300 Newton tu pun kita rasa dah berat sangat kan. Yang ni 101 kilo. Okay, kilo kali 10/3. So maknanya memang kita tak akan dapat buka pintu tu. So kalau kita paksa memang tak akan terbuka pintu tu. Kita kena benarkan air. Kalau lah air tingkap tu boleh terbuka lagi, kita kena benarkan air tu masuk. And then pressure dia dah sama, pressure inside equal to pressure outside. Barulah kita boleh buka pintu tu, senang je. Boleh? So yang itulah maksud dia yang you cakap tadi. Betul lah. And then YR. Macam mana cari YR? Ni YR equal to YC. So what is YC? YC sama dengan HC lah kan? Which is sama dengan 8.6 meter. Setuju?
Ya.
Betul? Betul Okay. So masalah sekarang ni kita kena cari IXX. So IXX yang ni apa? Rectangular kan? Sama dengan apa tadi?
AB cube over 12.
AB cube power of 12. So A tu apa? A tu yang mana? A yang mana? B yang mana?
1 meter.
A?
1 meter.
A 1 meter. Base. Lapar dah ni. Asyik salah sebut ni. Asyik salah tulis ni. Sebut lain, tulis lain ni. A 1 meter. B
1.2.
1.2 meter
Cube.
sorry. 1.2 meter power of 3 bahagi dengan 12. So dapat berapa? Satu point dua kali 1.2 kuasa 3 bahagi dengan 12. Berapa dia punya moment of inertia?
0.144.
0.144. Unit dia apa? Unit dia?
Meter power.
Meter power of 4. Okay, so 0.144. So daripada sini kita dapatlah YR equal to 0.144 meter power of 4 bagi dengan YC 8.6 meter kali dengan area 1.2 meter square tambah dengan mana? Tambah dengan YC 8.6 meter. Okay, so dapat apa YR?
$8.61.
8.61 meter. Okay, so inilah dia punya resultant center of pressure. So maknanya 8.6 tu kat sini dia lebih 10 cm. Berapa? Lebih 1. 0.01 meter. 1 cm lebih daripada centroid kat sini. Lebih kurang So this is your YR. Okay, boleh faham? So YR acting below centroid ataupun center of gravity. Ada soalan?